And I have with me in the studio auto experts. Yes, yeah, the best auto experts in the whole of West Africa. So I've got Tokunbo Adegoju in the building, versatile. Yes, and he is very, very experienced, Tokunbo. And I also have Tony Loba Olutuashe in the building too. So together, they will help you resolve your car issues. Yes, whatever it is. If it has to do with electrical fault, if it has to do with mechanical fault, if it has to do with unpleasant sound, if it has to do with knocking sound. Yeah. So we can deal with all of those issues as long as it concerns your automobiles. All right, so we go on a break right now. When we return the show, we continue. Please stay here.
Which kind of one be this again now? What happen again, no guy? Why be say every day now so complain, they complain? My brother, how I go do now? You never tell when I change this engine. Now my mechanic don't tell me say the engine don't get issue again. I don't tire now. Wait, which kind of oil you use for your engine, sir? And I know my engine oil you then they sell for that road they use. Why your engine no go pack up? Abi you never hear of AUTOMEDICS premium fully synthetic oil blended with polytron? Now the oil where data be that now. AUTOMEDICS premium fully synthetic oil blended with polytron go flush all the nyama comot for your engine. It go even improve your engine lifespan, reduce friction and fuel consumption for your engine. But where have you seen and buy? Halele go any AUTOMEDICS office where they your area or call 070-6060-7494 or visit them on top www.automedicsafrica.com.
All right, so I've got Tokunbo here in the building and Tony Loba. Okay, Tony, good morning to you. And Tokunbo, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Okay, so let's start the ball rolling. Let's have addresses and locations of your, I don't want to say test centers now, your workshop.
Yes, you can find us at plot 192 Agege Motor Road off Ilupeju Bypass, beside Crystal Estate, Ilupeju, Lagos. I'll take that again.
Yeah.
You can find us at plot 192 Agege Motor Road off Ilupeju Bypass, beside Crystal Estate, Ilupeju, Lagos. You can also find us at number 1 Amule Bus Stop, opposite Petrocam Gas, Ayobo. You can find us inside Cornell Filling Station, opposite Correctional Center, Kudirat Abiola Way. We have products such as engine oil, the oil filters, other parts, and polytron. You can contact us on 070-6060-7494. I'll take that again. 070-6060-7494 or on 080-8080-6686. 080-8080-6686. You can find us on social media. Our handles are at AUTOMEDICS Limited, both on Facebook and Instagram. You can get us on our website, www.automedicsafrica.com.
All right, thank you so much for that information, Tony. Okay, so you can join the conversation this morning on 09153877127. That's for voice calls, and you can also send your message to us on WhatsApp on 009-912-0777. And also in the course of the show, we'll be updating you with traffic report, courtesy of our traffic managers. We're positioned across the length and breadth of Lagos, and also with the help of our light screen in the building here, where we can see most part of Lagos. And currently, I think it's really, really busy. Yeah, it's busy due to the construction work going on at Okyodialaro. Yes. And for those who want to connect that point from Ojota Interchange, I see it's also busy, and especially from Kudira to Abiola Way. Yes, we're trying to connect Ojota Yeah, from Kurasi Abiola way, I see the heavy build up there. From that stretch is really busy all the way to Odoyalaro. And from reports we got earlier, beyond Odoyalaro is very, very good. But then you can always make use of various alternatives that's been built out earlier on this, on this dial. Okay, yes, that means Ikorodu Road, yeah, from K2 moving inwards, Fruit Market and Interchange is busy right about now. But beyond Uduyalaro, yes, we have it good. All right, and if you want to connect Bagada, you can make use of that stretch. Bagada inwards, Anthony down to Fadi. And if you want to connect Eco Bridge, you can also make use of that. Do not forget that we have rehabilitation work ongoing at Ulubiri, yes, by men of a construction company there. So Osborne inwards in Ulubiri is busy now, okay, but connecting Ulubiri to Adeni, Adeniji and inwards in Yanoworo, we have it good. And from Yanoworo connecting Ifako all the way to Tollgate, we have it good. All right, and don't forget that from Odoyalaro, traffic has backed up to Ojota Interchange. Ojota Interchange is where we have the traffic right now. So just make sure you take cognizance of this and plan your journey appropriately. These days, especially for the 19 days period, where this construction work will be ongoing, is better to actually plan the journey better. Leave home earlier. Yeah, leave for maybe like 30 minutes, just add 30 minutes to maybe your journey. So for you to arrive safely and for you to arrive on time. I think that's the way to go about it now. Okay, so we're here to talk about vehicles and we also talk about traffic. So, all right, just ensure you keep it locked on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I've got the expert here with me. So today, we're going to be taking your questions. So yes, feel free, send those questions to us, and we'll also be enlightening you too. All right. Before we head into the show proper, let me quickly give out some of these updates. As it concerns traffic today, allows movement on Obafemi Awolowo is busy from Barra, Coca-Cola Junction, radio to Allen intersection at the moment. This is occasioned by high of early morning rush coupled with traffic signal light alternating at Allen Junction. Movement from Balogun was Olowu Junction to Ikeja underneath the bridge is still moving as expected, and likewise on the return journey movement is good on Latif Jakonde Road from Omole roundabout all route to Wemco Junction, and I can also see that here from my live screen. All right, movement from Mobile is good to go, but it's busy approaching Coca-Cola Junction. All right, this is occasioned by the spillover from Obafemi Awolowo on Mobolaji Johnson Avenue from Old Tollgate onwards Johnny Secretariat intersection. The stretch of Nudinolo from Lance towards Otedo underneath the bridge, and Adeni Jones. Okay, yes, we have it better there. And Arumira connecting Allen intersection is also still in good shape, so no cause for worry. Just ensure you keep it within speed limit. All right, Ilubiri inwards of Alinde care route rehabilitation. I mentioned that earlier. That's at emergency point. Emergency point. Ilubiri inwards at Deniji by men of CCECC. All right, we have relevant authorities and we have traffic managers structured, there. So just to help you navigate around that stretch. All right, and traffic has backlogged all the way from Osborne inwards Ilubiri at the emergency point. All right, so please just take cognizance of this and plan your journey accordingly. Okay, so today we want to continue our conversation. We started a conversation on Tuesday last week on AUTOMEDICS. We're talking about electrical fault and mechanical fault. We're trying to look at the disparity between the two and, trying to just place them side by side and see, how to manage issues, that comes with this, how to manage electrical issues, how to manage mechanical issues, what to do when you come across or when you've been confronted with any of this fault in your vehicles. And Tokunbo and it was you, right? It was it you? on the show when we were talking about electrical
Yes,
faults.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah, it was you. So you were able to give us, the difference between, where you have electrical faults and when you have mechanical faults. Yeah, exactly. So one has to do with you having to scan your vehicles for you to actually get, So now today, let's continue. Let's look at when you have faulty power doors, or before that, let's talk about when you have short circuits. I know this is an electrical issue in vehicles. We have short circuit, what are you expected to do? What does this mean, and how do you tackle it?
So, short circuits. Foremost, let's ask ourselves what is short circuit. Short circuits in any electrical term refers to when current flows through a different path from the normal path is meant to flow through. Now, once current is moving to a different path, not following the right path where it's meant to go to, or the right channel or line, it increases the amount of current flowing through that path because there's already current flowing through that path before. Now, this intended path that it has followed through will cause an increase in that current in that path. And an increase in the current in that path would definitely cause a form of what? Fuse blown, because there's too much current passing through the through the fuse. Fuse has rating for the amount of current that should pass through it. Now, it's resulting to the fuse blowing. It can affect the relays if relays are connected to them. It can cause a fire, sparks from the fuse being blown can cause
Like what we discussed yesterday.
Exactly.
Wow.
Fire.
Okay.
Now, short circuits, how can they be recognized and found? How can solutions be found to them? Now, short circuit happens in every electrical component.
Okay.
Especially when they are not properly set. And then when there's a mistake in the lining of their wires, the wiring of the system.
Okay.
Short circuit happens because those currents are flowing to the wrong directions. Now, how do we identify them? Through physical inspections. You see that the wires are melting. You're like perceiving that burning smell.
Okay.
You notice that your fuse got blown. That's caught. That's blown. You notice that your relay stopped clicking. How can you now do the technical parts of what they call the inspection? You use your multimeter. You check for continuity.
Okay.
For the technical experts, you also use circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers.
Yeah, circuit breakers are these devices.
I need to hold you there, Tony.
Okay.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, this is AUTOMEDICS. Yes, please turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you now. This is AUTOMEDICS on Traffic Radio.
Yeah, this is from August. Please, I want to confirm something.
Okay.
Yeah, although the oil I've been using for my car is similar. It's 5W every month I change it. But I want to confirm something. I use this for
Hello?
Hello?
Your line seems okay. Can you take that again?
Hello? I said the story I'm using is 5W. It is recommended for the car.
We're getting a poor connection there. The connection seems rather poor. So your voice keeps breaking up. Hello? Okay, please just try to make it back so we can get the totality of our question and we can help you resolve it. So Tony, apologies for that, sir. Okay, we stopped at circuit breakers.
Yes, circuit breakers. Circuit breakers are just devices that they install in telephones.
Hello?
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 Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm speaking to Mr. Falabi.
All right, Mr. Falabi.
So I have a complaint. I drive Ireland 2008.
Okay.
So I've not been around for a while, and like 5 months or thereabouts. Or whenever it comes around, I see the VSA light comes up, or the moment I move around for like 3-4 days, it disappear within 3 days. But I don't know what happened. That was on Friday when I was driving again. The brake, the showing brake, VSV, the other one, those ones are red. The other one like a Benz logo to show. I think the steering as well. And also all the indicator lights on the night as well. I mean where I have the speed limit, temperature gauge, and other. Yeah. All of them are not functioning again. Oops. So I got a guy to come and scan for me. The guy said there was no code showing, no code as showing, and the guy was saying I have to replace the those cluster. I was like, how can it be? I got another person to come and scan. The other guy scanned, and the guy said he not bring any error message, but everything cleared off. So as we speak now, everything has gone off, and this thing is working properly, everything is working properly. So I want to know what exactly was the problem, or is it going to call up again, because everything is normalizing now as we speak.
Okay.
So that was my question.
Okay, can you say from the radio?
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. There are times that you said it's a Highlander 2008. I think that vehicle has a electric power steering, and it has the ABS module. It said VSC light was on.
VSC, yes.
Power steering light was on.
Exactly.
And some other lights on the cluster. Then you don't have the speedometer working. Now, this is a case of having a failure from maybe just one sensor or maybe a unit. Yes, I've been in a situation like this, that you have a wheel speed sensor go bad, just one wheel speed sensor, and the vehicle gear was the vehicle was malfunctioning. It wasn't moving well. You had all the cluster, the lights. You have a lot of lights on the cluster. Then you have the speedometer not working, and when you run a scan, you get fault codes relating to the ABS. But I'm surprised all these guys running the scan saying they didn't have a fault code. So the only thing I can say from the case of those guys is that it seems as though they've been using scanners that just scan the engine.
Okay.
Yes, code readers. So if they have been using code readers, they won't get any fault code relating to the ABS.
Wow.
But if you want to get fault codes relating to the ABS, or you want to get the problem that is you want to get to know the problem you're experiencing, it's best for you to have a person use an all-purpose scanner, a scanner that can scan all systems. That way, you would find the fault code relating to the problem. If there is a bad sensor,
Yeah.
the ABS is also the power steering also take feeds from the ABS, so the power steering light will also come on. So it's best for you to run a scan. Let the scanner run all the system, check all the systems and the fault code. Now, the reason why I had the lights go off, I guess, I'm not sure. I guess the person removed the battery terminal. Removing the battery terminal will clear all the codes, and the problem will still come back after driving for a while.
That's our own style, actually. Oh my God. Sometimes you don't want to do those things. We just have to remove the battery terminal so that you don't see those codes again. But just like what you mentioned, the codes will return, except you fix those faults, yeah. All right, 09153877127 and 0099120 Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Are you there? Okay. All right, try to make it back to the studio. 09153877127. We talk automotives on the show. So if you have issues with your car, yes, if it's defective and you don't have solution to it, yes, feel free this morning. We have auto solution providers here in the building. All right, so let's move on, Tony. Yes, those calls, didn't allow us to complete our discussion. Yes, we're talking about, short circuits, and you stopped at circuit breakers.
Yes, on short circuit, circuit breaker. It's that device that helps us determine when there's a chance of overcurrent or the system wants to get damaged.
Okay.
So once you put a circuit breaker, it forms a kind of click gives you a kind of click when it reaches the point whereby the short circuit is to take place. So it's just a method of just knowing that, okay, this is the system or the function that is causing the short circuit. Now, how do you now go about resolving the case? Once you've located where the short circuit is coming from, you have to replace the faulty parts, replace the blown fuse, and check the wirings properly, because those short circuits comes from the wiring system. Check those wiring properly and have it changed. Then you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Sister Tokunbo has something to say.
Yes, I will add to it that, well, Tony is talking from the point of view of the technician. He is the technician, so he's talking from the point of view that, okay, as a technician, this is what you will do.
Okay.
But as a vehicle owner, how would you know you're experiencing a short circuit?
What's the perspective?
Yes, so
of a
I'm
vehicle
going to be the vehicle owner now. I'm going to
Okay,
be taking
that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
So
that sounds
as a
good.
vehicle owner, if the vehicle is experiencing short circuit, it's possible you start to perceive burning smell.
Oh, okay.
And it's possible, yes, like blown fuses, like you said, yes, the vehicle owner would not know there is a blown fuse, but
Yeah.
there will be malfunctioning components.
Of course.
So it could be that you don't have your headlights come on, you don't have the radio come on. Electrical components will fail. So that the burning smell will come. You will not have electrical components work well.
Okay.
Then, in the case of lighting, if the problem is relating to lighting, the lights might flicker.
Okay.
They won't be stable. That will tell you, okay, there's definitely an electrical problem. Then, lastly, the vehicle might be consuming the battery, so the battery will be draining.
Oh.
The vehicle will be packed, but battery will keep draining because something is drawing power from a component that it's not supposed to draw. It's just like you having the radio taking power from the clock.
Okay.
The clock will take power from the battery even when the battery is off.
Yes.
But now having a cable or the radio laying on the power on the clock, it means that radio that is supposed to come on when you are on accessories or when the vehicle is started is now coming on when the vehicle is turned off. So at that time the battery is going to drain. So those are the symptoms a vehicle owner would say when you have experiencing a short circuit.
All right. Thank you very much. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Okay, yes, for those coming from Ikorodu, yes, for you not to get locked in that traffic on the Alaro, you are advised to make use of mile 12 underneath the bridge, connect Ajilogo, and then from there, Demuri to Alakwere roundabout, okay, and connect Ogudu or motorway, yes, toll gate, and continue your journey upwards Anthony UK, and link Ikorodu Road, yes, so from Anthony UK, connect Bagada, and from there, connect Ikorodu Road and find your way towards the Third Milan Bridge and to Lagos Island. All right, thank you so much, traffic managers, for this heads up. All right, let's talk some more about electrical faults in our vehicles. Yes, Tokunbo, you mentioned that when there is short circuit in the vehicle, it can actually cause a burning sensation, burning smell from the car.
Yes.
So does it mean that every burning smell that comes from the vehicle can be attributed to a short circuit?
No.
Okay. So how do I differentiate between, that's smell that has to do with short circuit and that smell that has to do with maybe any other
maybe a bad clutch.
A bad clutch. Okay.
Maybe a brake, a binding brake.
Okay.
Yeah. So
can a vehicle owner actually can I actually differentiate this smell? Can I place the smell? Exactly. That when the smell comes, I know, okay, this is from a short circuit, or I say, okay, this is from a bad clutch, or this is from, exactly. So how do we, we are learning here, and that's why, you are our instructor.
Okay, if you're going to be, if it's going to be relating to a bad clutch, that means the person is driving a manual transmission.
Okay.
So that would be eliminated if you're not driving a manual transmission.
Okay.
Well, binding brakes would be more, you perceive it more when you roll down the window.
Okay.
So if you're running on AC, you might not perceive engine brakes.
Exactly.
So if you're not running on AC and you're perceiving burning smell,
What's that? Where is that coming from?
that will be coming from somewhere inside the vehicle.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
so, but
so-
that's traceable.
Yes, so that would be more of having a short circuit somewhere around the vehicle.
Okay. I think that's fine. So that means for those who use manual transmissions, you know when you have the smell, you know where to actually go. You know what to do. Yeah,
Exactly.
you know it has to do with your clutch. Okay, so let's talk about we mentioned corroded battery cables.
Yes.
Yeah, terminals, not cables. You corrected
Terminals.
me. Terminals. I keep making that mistake. So, we didn't complete that. We only mentioned it, but I think some calls are coming, and we had to drop it.
Yes, if you have corroded battery terminals, it's going to cause the vehicle not to have the battery charged properly.
Okay.
And so if the battery is not properly charged, it's not going to hold charge. And there are times that if you have bad terminals, the vehicle can also go off while driving. Yes, I think I experienced that on a Saturday. Okay, on Sunday, the terminal was a bit loose. It wasn't corroded, but it was a bit loose.
Okay.
So every time you drive for some time, the vehicle will go off.
Oh.
If you run into a small bump, the vehicle will go off.
Wow.
And I was wondering, I was like, wait, what's happening?
And as a mechanic, for crying out loud.
So, and we're like, okay, let's just pull over and
Let's
do
find out
this
what's
thing,
wrong.
you know that. so afterwards, would just fasten the cable properly at the terminal properly. The problem resolved. But if you're having corroded terminals, it's going to cause a lot of problem because the alternator is not going to charge the battery properly, and so the battery is not going to get enough charge and will not be able to store charge. Then the terminals would also affect the electricals of the vehicle, because aside the battery giving power to the electricals of the vehicle, it also helps in starting the vehicle. So if you want to start the vehicle and you have very corroded terminals, the vehicle might not be able to start because enough power is not getting to the starter motor, because the corrosion alone is building up resistance on the battery. So it's best not to use corroded terminals. If it's notice that the terminals are corroded, it's best to do a replacement. If the terminals are loose, it's even not ideal because the vehicle will keep going off while driving. So it's best to make sure that the terminals are also properly fastened on the battery.
Okay. And the moment they get tightened, it resolves it. So you don't experience that anymore.
Exactly.
So what about faulty power doors? Okay, well, let's take the score first. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, you seem not to be getting through. Hello. Okay, please try to make it back. Try to make it back. Keep trying until we get it right. Okay. I think what you do is just maybe you just move away from that place now. Move away from where you are right now, your current location. We just move away a little bit and try to return that call. So let's see how that goes. 09153877127, 09153877127, and 00991207777. Okay, yes, traffic from light screen here. Yes, it's still busy, very, very busy, in and out. For those who are trying to connect Odoyalaro, okay, don't forget that there's counterflow ongoing there. So it's better you plan your journey better this morning. It's better you actually take alternatives, so don't get yourself mixed up. Don't get yourself locked in that traffic. Don't get things mixed up for yourself. If you've not commenced your journey yet, it's good and ideal, you make use of alternatives. Okay. All right, other areas still looking good. Yeah, other areas are still looking good. We have Abafemi always looking good from what I can see here. And for those trying to connect Maryland, all right, we have it also good. Okay, all right, the stretch of Wemco Road is also looking quite okay. Yeah, just still cool and calm aside alternations where you just have to, stop and make sure you obey all traffic diversion laws. We have our traffic managers, you can see a whole lot of them, at their various locations, doing the need for ensuring we have a good traffic experience. All right, just ensure you obey all traffic laws. Keep it within speed limits. And for those who are held up in that traffic, just please be patient. Please be patient, and I believe in no time you arrive your destination. Don't forget, you're only a good driver if you arrive your destination in good time and your vehicle is also in good condition. Okay, so let's proceed. Yes, we still have Tony Noba and Tokunbo Adegoju. Hello, turn down the volume on your radio.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, this is Kingsley on the line.
All right, Kingsley, go on.
Yeah. Please, I want to confirm something. I've been using 5W30 oil. That is the heating fuel intensive. But every month I change it, and immediately I notice that the change around to 10,000 or 5,000, I change it and still the oil. So, but I use this photo, I make use of this photo every day. So I want to confirm if I make use of maybe one or this automatic oil. For how long will I use it before I change the oil? If I use maybe one, I notice that I make use every day. I use it all on the road every day. For how long will it take to 6 months before I change the oil? If I'm using maybe one to me. So that's what I want to confirm. So I just know what I'll do.
All right, you can listen over your radio. Tokunbo, are you surprised?
I was shocked.
Shocked? You don't have to be shocked.
Okay. He mentioned that he uses 5W30, and he wants to know if he use Mobile One or AUTOMEDICS oil, if he can extend for 6 months.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on the engine's condition.
Okay.
If the engine is already having wear and he starts to use, even if he uses AUTOMEDICS oil or Mobile One, after like 3 months, the oil might start to get short. Because there is already wear in the engine.
Okay.
So I wouldn't advise that he should stay up to 3 months before he changes. I mean, if he should go beyond 3 months before he does the change on the oil.
Okay.
And if it's the vehicle that he travels often with, that's another thing. So you can't just conclude and say you want to stay for 6 months without changing the oil.
6 months.
6 months is long. The usage of the vehicle also had to the oil change duration. If it's a vehicle that maybe once in a week you travel out of Lagos, that means you go on a long distance trip. You wouldn't want to go beyond 3 months is even long if you travel often with the vehicle. So we would always advise that you do your oil change at least within 3 months.
Okay.
Now, another thing I will say is using automatic oil, because it's blended with polytron. Yes, over time you can extend your your oil change range. That means maybe if you use it this month, then maybe in the next 3 months you use AUTOMEDICS oil as well.
Okay.
So after using the oil like maybe 4 times, you can extend your oil change range. That's maybe extend for maybe till the next 4 months. But you have to observe the oil level. It is really important. If it does not observe the oil level and the oil goes dangerously low, it will say somebody said I should stay 4 months. So that's why we're always very careful when we tell you how long your vehicle, because you don't just stand by words, you also observe your vehicle. If there is wear in the engine, it means that the oil will go lower than expected before the 4th month. So when it gets to 3 months, you check the oil level, it's still in the right level, then you're good. But if it starts to go low at that point, it is best you do an oil change.
So that's for those who religiously use AUTOMEDICS oil.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's the caveat there. Okay. 0915387777 is the number to call, and if you want to send us a message, you can send it to 009-9120-777. So I would like us to just conclude on this our discussion today. Now, finally, let's talk about having faulty ignition switch in our vehicles. I know it's an electrical fault, right? Yes. So how do we address that?
Having faulty ignition switch, that is the component that has to do with starting the engine when you want to start the engine.
Yes.
For you to realize that you have a faulty ignition switch, that means you are not having the ignition power come on, all right, or it's failing. It comes on intermittently.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing that as a you want to do is take this to your technician, or you do your physical inspection to see if you yourself can detect if the wire gets into it is properly aligned, because it could be that the wire just popped out, or it's now shaking. You just key it back inside and all.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can. You just go underneath the vehicle.
Underneath the vehicle, that's
underneath
good.
the dashboard and check for it.
Okay.
But if that would be a little bit strenuous for you, you take it to your technician to help you check it properly and realign it.
Okay.
It could also be due to the the motor itself that's inside. There's a little motor that turns when you turn the blade. If you're using a blade, or if you're using a push knob, there's a motor that also turns also. So it could be that there's a fault with the motor there. That one, it's a technician strictly that will help you to check that and rectify the issue.
Interesting. So that means we have different classes of DIYs.
Yes.
Some DIYs can actually go underneath their vehicle. Some might not be able to do that.
Underneath the dash.
Underneath the dash. Some might be able to do a physical inspection. Some might be able to, do some other stuff on their vehicles. Okay, so that's also an electrical fault, and you need your technician to actually do that. Anything that requires that you go maybe underneath the dash or underneath the vehicle, whatever.
Let's check if it is something simple as just
exactly. I personally believe anything that extends beyond you actually scanning your car, or maybe changing your tires, and doing those minor stuffs on your car. I believe you just have to contact or consult your technician to be on the safe side, so you don't just go and get yourself in a mix. Okay, so now let's proceed. We have some questions here. So now this person says, is timing belt the same as timing chain in some cars? Timing belts?
Yes, it is. Some vehicles use timing belts, while some vehicles use timing chain.
Okay. Some use timing belts, some use timing chain.
Yes.
So does it have to do with the year and the model of the car? Does it have any?
Most older vehicles had timing belts, but because of the problem of having to schedule a replacement, having a maintenance schedule for the replacement of the belt, it became very tedious, because you have to open up the engine to do a replacement on the belt. So manufacturers upgraded to the timing chain, and because of the nature of the belt, it's rubber, it snaps often, and so that's why most vehicles and most manufacturers upgraded to the timing chain. So most vehicles that you find on the road will have timing chain.
Okay, so most modern day vehicles have timing chains. What about manual vehicles? Do they use timing chains, or they use timing belts?
They use timing chain.
They use timing chain.
Manual transmission does not bring down the value of
it. Doesn't bring down the value of the vehicle. Okay,
yes.
That's good. All right, that's good. All right, let's take this question. We have a couple of codes attached to this question. Okay, and it says it's a 2010 Toyota Corolla, and we have P2401, P2401, P2419, P2402. I hope I'm not too fast. P2402, and the next code P0138, P0138. Should I proceed?
Yes.
P0430, no, P043E, and P043F.
Okay, this is a Toyota.
Yes, Toyota Corolla 2010. So we have 6 codes here. It says there's an hissing sound coming from the fuel tank area.
Hissing sound.
Hissing.
Okay. It's possible the person is going to have his technician do a check on the charcoal canister on that vehicle. The charcoal canister carries what we call a vacuum pump. Now, if you have a problem with the vacuum pump or with the charcoal canister itself, all these codes will pop up, and that's why you'd have a P0. Okay, so let me just take from the one I have here, P043E, which is vacuum pump module, evaporative emission system, reference oil freeze, clog up. So the first possible cause could be the vacuum pump is faulty. The F is also pointing to the vacuum pump on the charcoal canister.
Okay.
Then the P2402 is also pointing to the vacuum pump, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. It's also talking about the vacuum pump. Then 219, this 2419 is also going to the vacuum pump. So 4 of the codes. Okay, let me check the 01.
All right, we have it cool and calm at Lekki and its environs at the moment. So traffic has subsided and normalcy is being restored. Okay, Lekki and its environs. Thank you so much, traffic managers, for that.
Okay, so we have the only code that is not relating to the vacuum pump is the P0138.
Okay.
All other codes are relating to the vacuum pump. The vacuum pump is mounted on the charcoal canister. So it could be that it has, because you said it's having hissing sound coming from that.
Yes.
It could be that you have one hose that is loosed, that is removed, or that has gone damaged. And that hissing sound, it's not something that you want to overlook, because anything that has to do with the charcoal canister is fuel vapor. And so if you have fuel vapor leaking out of that point, you have your exhaust manifold close by. So it's best for you to have a technician do an inspection quickly on the charcoal canister. So if it's the loose hose that's causing the fault codes to come on, yes, your technician can connect the hose and the problem will be resolved. But if it's not relating to that hissing sound that you're hearing, then it means that the charcoal canister complete unit will have to be replaced, because the vacuum pump is mounted with a charcoal canister. So the person would have to do a complete replacement of that unit. But first, they should check around the charcoal canister to see if there are loose hoses or damaged hoses that could have caused this fault code to come on. Then for the P0138, I think it has to do with auto sensor related. What it's called? I have to be
The
sure.
auto sensor circuit high voltage, which is
Sensor
talking
what?
about sensor 2.
So sensor 2. Okay, that's the sensor that monitors the activity of the catalytic converter.
Okay.
So it's possible the sensor is disconnected. It's possible the sensor had gone bad.
Okay.
So if the sensor is disconnected, then all they can do is just have his technician reconnect the sensor.
Okay.
But if the sensor is connected and the computer is just complaining about it, then it means that there is a problem with the sensor. It could be carbon buildup on the sensor. And I've seen cases where the sensor itself will get damaged due to excessive heat. So it's best for them to have the sensor removed, inspect it, test it. If the sensor is not continuing, then a replacement needs to be done.
Okay. So have we dealt with all the codes?
Yes, we have.
Yes,
Okay, so that's the last one, the P0138. All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The show is AUTOMEDICS, and we talk about your vehicles here. Yes, we help you resolve whatever issue it is. So feel free, we're still here. You can send us a question on our WhatsApp page. That's on 009-9120-777. Then you can also call us in the studio on 091-538-77127. All right, I need to reiterate some of the report I have here for those who want to commence the journey, for those who are not aware of the traffic situation in and around Lagos right now. Okay, so Irewole axis. Okay, I've taken that earlier. Ilubiri now, all right, we have road rehabilitation ongoing there at emergency Point. It was at Denichi, and this is by men of CC Construction Company. Okay, so our traffic managers are well positioned doing the needful and ensuring we have a good traffic experience there for those of you making use of that corridor. So traffic has backlogged all the way from Osborne. It was in Lubiri at the emergency point. So please, you need to take cognizance of this. All right. And also for those making use of Odoyalaro, all right, just ensure you're patient. If you're already stuck in that traffic, beyond that point, beyond Odoyalaro, yes, we have it good, but traffic has backlogged right now to Ojota interchange, and for those who are also trying to connect from Kuriata Abiola way, you're going to have it pretty heavy from that point all the way. Yes, to Odoyalaro. Yeah, it's a snail drive, and it's a very slow one on that stretch. So, and okay. Just ensure you keep it within speed limit. That's all I can say right about now. Please do not engage in road rage. When these situations occur, a lot of people get, agitated, and because everybody wants to arrive at their destination at the same time. So sometimes we do not deploy patience. But now, please, I will implore you to be patient. Yes, and also give a right of way to other road users. So let's not engage in road rage. Let's be cautious as you drive so that we can arrive at destinations in good condition. Yes, and also with our cars too in good condition. All right. Okay, so you can still call into the studio on 091-538-77127. Can send your questions to us on 009-9120-777. Nissan Rogue 2008. Okay, this person says it's behaving. Okay, it's lately misbehaving, and it hesitates to accelerate. Yeah, I'm trying to put the words together. It's a Nissan Rogue 2008. Okay, so it's misbehaving lately, and it hesitates to accelerate.
There are a lot of things that can make a car not accelerate.
Okay.
A lot of things. It could be a problem with the air intake system. It could be a problem with the fuel mixing system. It could be a problem with the burning system and all.
Burning system.
The burning, that's the explosion that happens. And it could be that the pedals too, probably they are not sending the accurate data.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that could be wrong with it. To advise you, run a scan on your car, give us a direct the codes that comes from it, to give us a direct view on it. But pending that time, take it to your technician, let them run the scan, and we'll advise the tune up directly. But you need to give us a scan to be able to pinpoint where the problem is coming from.
Okay.
Okay, I would also add that if it's hesitating, you could have your technician inspect the fuel filter.
Okay.
If the fuel filter is clogged, it will cause the vehicle to hesitate, and you might also want to do a fuel pressure test, a fuel pump pressure test, to check the condition of the fuel pump.
Okay. Now, Eric is saying, what Tokunbo did not tell us is how many miles to cover if the oil is not short in a car. So please, you can help us with the calculation.
Okay, well, it was because the person was actually talking in respect to months. That's why I focused on the month.
Okay.
Basically, we used to recommend that if you want to do oil change, you should do 5,000 kilometers or 3,500 miles.
Okay.
For vehicles that you use every day.
Okay.
And there are times that 5,000 kilometers will come before 3 months. And there are times that it might extend beyond 3 months depending on usage of vehicle.
Okay.
So that's why we say 5,000 kilometers or 3,500 miles depending on how your vehicle is calibrated.
Okay. All right, so let's take another question here. Lexus RX300, it says, at first it starts to make a knocking sound and it stops. So my mechanic said it's from the metals on the crankshaft. It says it needs a replacement, but the engine is fine. What's your advice?
Well, My advice will be that you should keep observing. If he says the engine is fine, you should observe. But it could be a problem with the metals as well, because if you
The
have
crankshaft.
yes, if you have the bearings on the metals wear, you would have that knocking sound. So he says his mechanic already told him that, but now because he feels the engine is fine,
Exactly.
he wants to continue. If he's not still hearing the sound, he should just observe, because a knocking sound means that the engine can't shut down anywhere on the road.
How do I know that my engine is fine? Now he's getting a knocking sound and he says the engine is fine.
He is the one driving the vehicle. He feels the engine is fine, but the engine is knocking.
What are the parameters to actually ascertain that yes, my engine is fine? Is it just about when you turn on the ignition, it's
He specifically
gives you
said it stopped. The knocking sound stopped. That means
Exactly.
he didn't even run the scan or everything. There should be it's a mechanical fault. It may not directly give us that check engine light direct. There are some systems that inadvertently monitor it that could have popped up and could have gotten the code. He didn't do any of that. It's just because he said it stopped, that's why he felt it's fine. We won't 100% tell him it is fine, but he should observe the vehicle by himself and see that okay, oh yes.
That was why I
it's no
said he
longer
should
fine.
observe.
Yes, well.
That was why I said this. Because one thing about it again is that it might drive the vehicle and the vehicle seems driving well, the gear is shifting well, the engine is
Yes.
giving out power, the
Yeah.
output is okay. It doesn't mean but it might not get, maybe when he has to drive the vehicle on a long distance, that's when he feels that the vehicle is now losing power.
Okay, I think that's another one. All right, so that means he should be conscious. He
Exactly.
should be a conscious driver. All right, so pay attention to anything that happens to that car. So don't just feel relaxed that the engine is fine, especially when it's started giving you that sound already. You know, but then don't.
You have to be very observant.
You have to
like
be
you said.
very observant. Knocking sound is not a funny sound
That's all.
from car engines. All right, thank you so much, guys. This is where we call it a wrap on the show today. Yes, it's been quite an exciting one and also insightful. Thank you very much, Tokunbo Adegoju, for joining us on the show. We also appreciate you, Toniloba Olutuashe. All right, we also have an intern here with us. Is also learning to become a mechanic. No, not done. All right, she's been here with us. What's her name?
Lydia Ujade.
All right, Lydia, thank you for being part of the show. All right, to our social media team, thank you very much. Okboyomi Shodunke, okay, Afejon. All right, I don't know if Remi Aluko is there. Thank you. Deborah Abulodi Okutu, yes, I appreciate you. And big ups to Hotel Victor and our executive producer, Estayo Akonle. Okay. Well, I'm getting this right away from our traffic managers now. All right, it says there's a breakdown, yes, around Mushin. Okay, Terminal 2 exit gates, Goro Park. All right, it's a high capacity bus having a mechanical problem. It is occupied 50% of the road and it's affecting the free flow of traffic from Oshu, UK, connecting Goro Junction, Agiki Moso Road. All right, okay. Please be cautious. Tow truck has been contacted. It has occupied 50% of the road. So for those of you trying to make